Hey y'all, Mecca here. Welcome to your weekly general reading for the week of, what is this week? March 6th, Lord Jesus, March 6th, 2022. I hope you guys have had a relaxing, resting weekend. I'm just here with a little bit of encouragement for you and some guidance for you to help navigate your week a little bit better. Before I get started, I do want to let you guys know two things. One, stay on the lookout for a somewhat informational church announcement type video this week. I have a lot of things coming up content wise I want to share with you guys. Just letting you guys know what I have planned. So we're going to be talking about that in a separate video. So make sure you're on the lookout for that, as well as be on the lookout for a link that will be in my description box. I just added a new reading to my reading repertoire where we will be looking at the spring time, okay? We will be looking at the new year. We will be looking at how you need to move, what you need to do, because I'm a big believer in when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So we are going to be looking at what you need to do to set your spring up lovely, okay? To set yourself up for some success, to see those flowers bloom from the plants and the seeds that you have planted, okay? So, we will be looking at the months of March all the way up through June. Why do I feel like I have hair on my face? Anyway, we'll be looking at the months March through June to get you ready for your growing season, okay? So if that is something that you might be interested in, make sure you click the link in my description box, as well as I'll be putting the link for all of my readings down there as well, okay? So without further ado, because I don't like long intros, let's get into these readings. Yeah, okay, so I already have the cards pulled. I kind of pulled them a little bit differently this week because I was told to. So normally I end with the Oracle card. This week we are going to start with the Oracle card, okay? And also, FYI, please keep in mind that I am a visual reader. I absolutely know the interpretations and the meaning of the card. However, I pull my messages from the visual illustrations and the artwork on the card. So keep that in mind and bear with me on that, okay? Because I don't want y'all to be like, girl, okay, trust me, I got this. So the Oracle card that we got this week. Also, all of the decks will be in the description. All right. So, the Oracle card that we got this week is Share Wisdom. And normally I would read from the book, but this week I looked at this card and I was like, no, I'm getting a different message. So, there is a visual image of a tree. Okay. And this tree is backed by the moon. Okay. And you can see the roots and all of those things, right? And so when we think about trees, we think about, well, I think about the ancientness, making up words, the ancientness of the earth, the ancientness of nature, right? The fact that a lot of these trees have been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. And you cannot exist that long without gaining some knowledge, right? So it took me to thinking about ancestral knowledge and ancestral wisdom and how all of us have the blood of our ancestors flowing through our veins, right? And so with that blood, with that DNA, with that memory, because we know that all of these things carry memory, right? With that memory, the things, the knowledge, and the wisdom that our ancestors were equipped with, we are also equipped with, right? And so I feel like this week, two things. Number one, we need to really, really be sitting down, taking the time out to really connect with our people, connect with our ancestors, connect with our dead folk, and see how it is we need to maneuver this situation that I'm about to give you guys, okay? Also, I do feel like this reading is for a very select, specific group of people. So if it does not resonate with you, I apologize, but I needed to get this out. It's for somebody. But this week, we really need to tap into that ancestral wisdom, tap into that ancestral knowledge. You already have all of the things within you to be able to maneuver this week the way that you need to maneuver, no matter what it looks like on the external, okay? So let's get into this wisdom, all right? So our first cards out are the King of Swords, with the Eight of Pentacles, okay? So this is definitely making me feel like for some of you, y'all names are in rooms, okay, that you haven't even stepped in yet, but in people are like the girls are talking. The girls are talking and they want you to talk to them. There may be some of you who may be in this week will see yourself being asked to teach something, being asked to speak about something, being asked your opinion, or being asked to share your knowledge about a subject, whatever this is for you, okay? It could be spiritual, it could be educational, it could be something in your field of work. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. But for some of y'all, you have worked very hard, right? You worked hard. You have made it a point to learn what you need to learn. You have dedicated yourself to this thing, and people respect you for it. People see you. They've been watching you, and they're like, yeah, we need you up in here to kind of help us and lead us in the right direction, right? But for some of y'all, I'm feeling imposter syndrome. We have ego, and we have the Three of the Three of Pentacles. Sorry. The Three of Pentacles, right? And so it's kind of like one of them feelings of like, why are they asking me to do this? Like, what do I know, right? What can I bring to the table? Some of y'all may be working in groups and you've been called out to be the spokesperson for the group, and you like, why are you asking me when you can ask such and such? They know more than I do. But do that. Why do we do that? Why do we be so, what's the word? I don't even know what the word to use is. We are like, as humans, it's like we want the credit for the thing, but then when we are put in the spotlight, we're like, no, God, why? Like, no, sweetheart. No imposter syndrome this week. If there is something that you are being asked your opinion on, or being asked to teach, being asked to share your knowledge about, if you don't two-step and shimmy into that room and let them know what you've been learning and let them know that you are well equipped for the job, okay? We're not doing that imposter syndrome this week. Like, you are being recognized for a reason, okay? And as we speak about imposter syndrome, our next cards out are the Magician with the Four of Swords, okay? Y'all will hear me say, if you ever been in a live that I've done, or just getting a reading from me or what have you, I say all the time, the answers that we seek lie in the silence that we refuse to acknowledge. What do I mean by that? The reason that some of you may be feeling as though you are struggling with imposter syndrome and not understanding why you are getting the opportunities that you are getting is because you are looking for something external from yourself to give you the validation that you are the person that needs to do this. When whole time, everything that you need is already inside of you. You have everything at your disposal. You just need to quiet yourself enough to see that, right? You have the Magician here. The Magician speaks to having the playbook, right? The Magician speaks to having not only the playbook, but having all the things that you need. You got the wand, you got the sword, you have the pentacle, and you have the cup. What else do you need? What else do you need? There is nothing more that you need to be able to handle this. You would not be put in these places. You would not be in these rooms if you did not know what you were talking about, right? And some of y'all may be having a hard time seeing that, right? And this is less about how other people feel about you and how other people look at you, more so than how do you feel about yourself? Because somebody that's bossed up and know that they know wouldn't be struggling with this. And that's not to say that we all don't question ourselves sometimes. We all get nervous, right? We all have trepidations about certain things. But to me, this is like an overwhelming feeling of, why do I have these opportunities? Baby, why are you questioning the things that you have prayed for? Why are you questioning it? We're heading into springtime. These are just the plants that resulted from the seeds that you have planted and the actions that you have taken. You've done the work. You're doing the work. You've learned, not all of the things. You've learned the things. You're continuing to learn. You're applying these things. So why would you think that something good wouldn't come out of that? Are we not betting on ourselves in 2022? I know that can't be the situation. Can't be. Because next up we have the Emperor. And we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay? Y'all, all you need in this week is some organization and to use your logic. That's all you need. Be a leader this week. Okay? Be a leader. Use your resources this week. Be smart. Show people what you're working with. Show people what you've been learning. Did you learn all of this to keep it to yourself? True indeed, there's certain things that we do and should keep to ourselves, but this ain't one of them. Your journey and the things that you have been through and the things that you have accomplished in this life, in this time, could help somebody out. Why keep that to yourself? Have you ever been in a situation where you needed help with something or you needed advice or guidance or something and it seemed like nobody had the answers, nobody could help you? And you may have been feeling like these people had the acumen to be able to help you, but just chose not to. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. Pop your shits, okay? Because next out we have the Page of Swords. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay? Y'all, you're brilliant. You're intellectual. You can solve things. You can think critically, okay? Because if you are a critical thinker and you have the ability to be a critical thinker, congratulations to you, because not a lot of people can do that, okay? Believe it or not, common sense ain't always that common. So what do you think about critical thinking? Not a lot of people have that ability to really sit down and pick something apart and think critically about it and put the puzzle pieces together. That's some real Virgo mess right there, okay? So you might have some Virgo placement stuff in there, because y'all know Virgos like to pick a thing apart, okay? But don't, like, it's an air of, like, apprehensiveness, y'all, and you don't need to be apprehensive, because all you need to do, like I said, is use your logic, use your intellect, okay? Pay attention to details this week. Pay attention to what it is that you're doing. If you have to, I don't know, write a paper or write a speech, and that's what it is that you're preparing, just put your all into it. Use your God-given talents, your intellect, your smartness, your business acumen, whatever it is that you need to use to show why you have been invited into these rooms. Use it. Use it. You're brilliant. You're smart. We love it, okay? Next up, we have the Knight of Wands. It's time to take action. It's time to run towards the things that you want. It's time for you to show that charisma. It's time for you to show that passion about what it is that you've learned. Put yourself out there. If you don't put yourself out there, nobody is going to put yourself out there. Like, I'm going to hype you. Point blank. I love when I see people standing strong in the things that they know, right? You can look at somebody and be like, she know what she's talking about. Why don't you want that to be you? Why don't you want people to look at you and be like, oh, okay, sis is well read. Okay, sis or bro know what they're talking about. This is why we invited them. This is why we had them talk about the thing. This is why we needed your business advice, right? This is why we needed you in the room. This is why we needed you at the table, because you bring value. So that goes back to what I was talking about this imposter syndrome. How do you look at yourself? How do you value yourself? It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be apprehensive. We're human. We all have them emotions. But I feel like it's deeper than that. I feel like you're really questioning why you have been put in the positions that you may be put in this week. And it's because these are the plants and the flowers that have blossomed from the seeds that you planted. You have done the work. You are doing the work. You are learning. I'm going to keep saying that. Pat yourself on the back this week. These couple of years have been very hard on everybody. Everybody. There's not one person walking the face of this planet that said they had a unscathed last 3 years, okay? So for the people who had the emotional ability to keep going and to keep trudging. I know people that were like still going to school and pressing forward, whether it was, going virtually online or whatever the situation is, or people who are building businesses during this pandemic. Like, to me, y'all some soldiers, because baby, it was hard for a lot of people, even especially for essential workers. You know what I'm saying? But like, it was hard. So pat yourself on the back that you overcame and you're still overcoming. Right? Because, baby, our last two cards out are the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Do you not want the coin? Do you not want to be financially secure? Do you not want to create legacy? Do you not want to be happy? Is this not what you want? I don't know nobody in their right mind that would not be excited to see these as outcome cards. Do you see how lush this looks? Do you know how bossy it is to have a tower, a pillar of pentacles? A pillar of pentacles. Tell me you wouldn't want a pillar of pentacles in your house. I'm ridiculous. I would love a pillar of pentacles in my house. Baby, what? You can tell me nothing with a pillar of pentacles in my house. These are your outcome cards. It's time to stop the cycle of self-doubt. You have been put in these rooms. Your name has come up because you know what you are doing. Point blank, period. So take this week and get yourself together. Get your notes ready. Get your speech ready. Get what your lesson plans ready. Get whatever you need to get ready. Sit your butt at the altar. Talk to your people. Ask them for the strength. Ask them for the guidance. And get up and do what you need to do. This is not a year of continuing to sit around and doubt yourself. We betting on ourselves in 2022. Everybody succeeds. Everybody comes up. Everybody eats. This is your eating season. Get your fork and eat up. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Again, if you want to book a reading with me, hit that link in my description box. Book you a reading and let me drag you with love, okay? I hope you guys have an amazing week. Be great. Get bread. Stay all the way live. And with everything, be intentional. Peace.